Otherwise known as the Cat Lady around here at WSLR because of my show on the radio, Wednesdays 7 to 9, called The Cat's Meow, where I play an eclectic blend of tasty morsels of music of all sorts of genres. And sometimes read poetry, sometimes have friends on reading poetry, sometimes I have live bands in the studio, and sometimes wacky things happen in there, in the Joe Jacko studio, which is right over there. Our radio station is attached to Fogartyville. Can I just see real quick people who've never been here before? Woo, all right, we got some new people. Thank you for coming. How's it sound, Joe? You okay? And I want to thank, right off the bat, thank Joe, our incredible sound mixer, man extraordinaire. Much more than sound. He's also a multi-talented, multi-instrumentalist and also an MC in his own right. So he set this all up for you. You guys are free to use the drum kit, these mics. Let us know if you need any adjustments. Usually the Sandbox is a little more crowded, but I'm thinking snowbirds are taking off. They're feeling the heat. They're heading north. So what do I want to tell you? We will resume the Sandbox, I'm hoping September. We've done it the last Monday of every month, starting last September. So that would be the 29th of September, so we can all say goodbye and see you guys back here then, unless it's October. But we will let you know, and the best way to know is to go on our website, WSLR.org, or especially get your email on our mailing list, because we will keep you posted on lots of events, not just open mics, but we have movie screenings, and as you probably know, really great concerts of really good musicians, not like this one. But I will kick you off, and everyone will feel really good about it. They'll be like, cool, I can do this now. Back in 1964, when some guy, he built this car, do you think he knew it'd be a black skylark? Sitting watching the evening sky grow dark. Back in 1964, when some guy, he built this car, do you think he knew it'd be a black skylark? Sitting watching the evening sky grow dark. Don't mind. I've gone away from it all, and I could swear it isn't personal, but I'd be back, you know, to explain that I don't do that kind of thing in vain, in vain. Back in 1964, When some guy, he built this car, do you think he knew it'd be a black skylark sitting watching the evening sky grow dark? And that is a song I wrote a long time ago, and I completely forgot until tonight. So if you want to come up on the stage completely unprepared, you are welcome to do so, because I've just done that. So enjoy the night. The way we're going to do it, Bubba's going to come up next, and then I'm going to, before Bubba gets going, I'm going to pull a name out of a hat so you all have kind of a little heads up. And we're going to ask you to do 2 songs or 10 minutes, and since we're kind of slim crowd tonight, we'll try to cycle back maybe if we have time at the end, so stick around and play a 3rd song. So if you can do better than me in finding more than 1 song you can play, you're good to go. We'll let you do 3. Welcome, Bubba.
Thank you.
On deck.
Does this come up?
Oh yeah, should come up, Bubba. Bubba, you want the light?
No, I think I got it.
On deck, we have Fran. Where's Fran? All right, Fran. After Bubba, come on up.
All right. Okay. All righty. I was glad you asked how many people have been here for the first time. So if you haven't been here for the first time, that means you're already a member, probably, which is great. Okay. Fogartyville is very near and dear to my heart. When I discovered Fogartyville, I could not believe how robust the programming was. There is something here, literally it feels like almost every single night. I've seen amazing performances here, not the least of which is what happens at the Sandbox. But I mean, I can tell you, I've seen Steve Forbert here. I've seen Roy Bookbinder here. The singer-songwriter series is great. So please support Fogartyville and WSLR. And if you're anything like me, you woke up this morning and tried not to look at your phone, tried not to look at the headlines, and maybe you looked out the window and you asked the question that I asked, which is, Lord, will the flowering trees of Florida save us? From the Doge douchebags, from the fascists, the narcissists, the Karens, from the tariffs, and the terrific job our meatball president is doing, from the ICE agents storming 3rd grade classrooms. And here in Florida, will it save us from the hurricanes? Roundabouts, red tide, the strip malls, scrappers and school boards, real estate, land and development greed, and pedestrian hit and runs. How many blooms must there be? Walk out at dusk in spring to see a yellow trumpet tree blowing bell-shaped blossoms on cue, anther splitting open pollen grains, floating blindly on the Gulf of America breeze. Oh wait, no, hold on a second. That's where you guys are supposed to boo. Okay, so I'm gonna do that again. I'll do that again. Okay, floating blindly on the Gulf of America breeze. Yeah. Like me, like you, floating. Will wind mate ovule? Will wind mate seed to ovule so that we may once again find our lives? Appreciate the sublime sundowns and the stately ballet of the sandhill crane on stilts, blood-red cap above stiletto beak. What a miracle! What do you mean they're taking away Medicare? Social Security, I didn't vote for this. I voted for cheaper eggs. Down the street, a jacaranda sprays lavender panicles over a rusty Ford Torino, lawn parked by a fucked-out bicycle whose pedals have been fused by holy Florida rainwater. This, says the bougainvillea in orange, as an answer. For it is 5 o'clock somewhere, and sunburned parrot heads are staggering into the tiki bar, smiling boozily. The bartender festoons their goblets with umbrellas and petals and the occasional pistol whose bouquet masks the tequila sunrise for the bees, butterflies, and beetles who follow the sugar, chanting prayers of buzz, buzz, Until a woman cries, damn, she is stung on the lip like I am stung, like you are stung. This is not the tequila sunrise I grew up with. This is not my father's pickup truck. What is this monstrous thing all jacked up and illuminated from below, ready to gas protesters with diesel exhaust as they zoom past? This is not the way I was raised. Moral injury, I cry moral injury. Are you listening, Magnolia, Plumeria, Jacaranda, Bernie, AOC, Dad? Then the woman, call her Candy with an I, drops her margarita, shattering glass onto her flip-flops while the common Apis mellifera, a bee, legs laden with pollen, vibrates off and up, struggling with its golden payload, the magic regeneration we take for granted. Will you come again, bees? Will you receive them, bougainvillea? Or shall we call for an aggregation of manatees to caucus for our future, with their wise shadows in the shallows, prop-scarred water mammals worried about books? The ones dumpstered or kicked to the curb, piles and heaps and stacks of books pulled from racks and shelves labeled AP African American Studies, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, doused with disinformation and torched by patriots into a bonfire that licks the capstones of our nation's libraries, universities, and courthouses, but never, no, never, the Dollar General. Lord, not the Dollar General, the almighty chain. No, chainsaw. There are 1,062 Dollar Generals in Florida alone, slicing the state into paper mache that will be used to make fake flowers or something for poor people to eat. Lord, will the flowering trees of Florida save us? After all the judges have been arrested, the Doge data weaponized, elections extinct, after New College has swallowed Ringling, and Ringling has swallowed Pineview, and Pineview has changed its name to the Ron DeSantis Asylum for Average Children. I could go on and on. I could go on and on. Drug you with satire, blindfold and bind you, and place you on the floor in the dark back room of any dry cleaner in any strip mall in Florida. A quiet moment, bound and gagged. A break from the moral injury. And you would stop worrying. You would calm down. Breathe again for just the monotony of the average strip mall, just the bark and woof of the monster pickup trucks on the savage surface roads would comfort you. You are still in America. You are still in Florida, even while Bridget Ziegler is still denying co-founding Moms for Liberty. There is still a chance. If the little Apis mellifera will still buzz, prune the pollen from stamens, anthers, oblivious to the hive mind that would cancel it. Cancel the bees, imagine that. What if bees had miniature Harris Waltz bumper stickers on their abdomens? Lord, could the bees that pollinate the flowering trees of Florida get canceled for the bumper stickers on their abdomens? The answer is not in your phone, not on social media, not in your 401k, maybe not even in your vote. The answer is in the buzz in your voice, friends. There are over 300 species of flowering trees in Florida, and there are 342 million Americans, 342 million stories. Stories that a flowering tree cannot tell. Live oak, a cypress, they can't tell us. Nor can the swamps, the marshes, or the elusive Florida panther, although one of them performed a miracle today. As they came to tear down the Van Weasel, a Florida panther held off a construction crew for 4 hours until they darted him and dropped him off under a bottle-bush tree, that's a flowering tree, in one corner of Mayaca State Park. And now he is making his slow way back, as am I, as are you, to the dry cleaner back room where we went to sleep. A retired Ohioan machinist who woke up a feral cat of the resistance. We are waking up. You are waking up. The flowering is in the stories, not in the trees. Your story, my story, your neighbors. It's not in the issues. Hey, this is just a dream. It's a poem, a bunch of words, 973 of them. Some about suffering, some about freedom, and some about flowering trees, oh so pretty. Start buzzing, friends, like the bees. Voices up, it is the only answer. Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Okay, you guys are clear now why Fogartyville is the coolest place to be on a Monday night or any night, and that the Sandbox has people of this caliber on our stage. So let's hear for Bubba. Thank you, Bubba. Amazing. Fran, you're up next, and we'll have the Dunning-Kruger effect on deck.
Thank you so much. Is this on? This is my very first time at the Sandbox. It seems like a good thing to do. A few weeks ago, I turned 70, and that's large. And I I just had post-cataracts laser surgery a few hours ago, so I do hope I can read this, you know. Some of the themes that were brought up in that really powerful poem we just heard, freedom and suffering and story, the human story, and stand up and buzz loudly. Some of those themes are in this much shorter poem. I just wanted to give you a wee bit of context. As you know, Fogartyville got its radio capacity from when New College was given that decades ago. And my daughter, who was adopted from Calcutta, India, graduated from New College a couple years ago, just before the obvious fascist takeover a couple years ago. And she did wear her butterfly wings and not the cap and gown they wanted her to. And her photo in the she's from India, butterfly wings, it went viral as a visual metaphor for educational freedom. And as a mother of a New College student, I was starting to get really concerned about this language I was hearing of the New College takeover. And so on Earth Day, and of course every day is Earth Day, and that was last week, but after the humans going to sunrise to Temple Lido, to the Lido, and then to Publix, and then to a 350 person event. Maybe some of you were there at the UU on Earth Day. I didn't realize there were going to be 3 news outlets, and I just wanted to say, could we consider using other language other than the New College takeover? Because of course, even Mr. Corcoran is a puppet to forces behind that. And New College indeed was taken over, and they are a victim, not a perpetrator. So I just really wanted to ask about that, as well as the DEI. New College and University, USF and Ringling and all of those institutions are very, they're very supportive of DEI, and that was also at threat. And so that was part of the reason I went to the meeting last Earth Day, almost a week ago. So this is one human being's, some of their life experience on one Earth Day. And so it's called Earth Day 2025. I don't know if any of you were alive during 1970, during the first Earth Day. Was anybody went to the first Earth Day? I'm a Canadian, and 3 years later, at the Earth Day at McMaster University, where I went to, one of my schools I went to, Buckminster Fuller came, and he spoke for 3 hours without notes. And I was transfixed, and I stood right at his feet. And he was so full of energy and creativity. The young university students eventually started floating away. They were so tired, and he just kept powerfully going. So Earth Day is always brings him to mind as well, Buckminster Fuller. So I'll just start with these lasered eyes here. Okay. Earth Day 2025. Of course she is mighty. Mother Ocean is source of life. She seeds clouds. Her excess warmth fuels typhoons. Her fertility feeds billions. Her beauty is singular gem in space. Gratefully, I walk in this Earth Day dawn 55 years after the first one. Later on this day, Buckminster Fuller illumined my university and my heart. And now I get to be here, dancing prayers on soft white shore by this aqua sea in this miraculous, magnificent, wounded world. Body smiles in blue vault of wonder, in warm caress of cool south breeze, as hymns to Mother Earth resound with bass harmonies from waves curling into foam, washing my feet. Unfathomable power welcoming, anointing us with unfathomable gentleness. Later in line at the grocery store, a woman says that an ocean sanctuary trying to recover from toxic harm for a decade was again to be commercially fished by decree of imperious politicians whose disdain for children, for marine mammals, for life corrupts, causing suffering untold. Head down, I pay the bill, collect my recycled bags in an air-conditioned grocery store filled with plastic and food from afar, and weep again. And then the roots she's given me remind me again of this moment's fresh miracles, to grow deep, to rise in light, to forgive, to begin again, to repair, restore, revivify, resurrect, to ready the garden, enrich the soil, pull out toxic weeds, plant seeds of healing, respect, communion, to preserve this singular, irreplaceable, living endowment from creation. Thanks.
Thank you to Fran. Thanks, Fran. I think Dunning-Kruger is coming out. Let me pull the next performers out of the hat. From the new hat, we have Clark Hedrick. You'll be on deck after the Dunning-Kruger effect. I just want to, again, just while you're getting ready, say that Bubba mentioned this membership idea of being a member here, and we don't twist your arm to be a member, but we do remind you of how it works. And sometimes people come and they're like, membership? I don't get it. Membership to go to a concert? That doesn't make sense. WSLR in Fogartyville, we survive on our members supporting us. We're member-supported, non-commercial radio station. To pay our musicians, we sell tickets to shows, and that helps pay for the musicians. And it's tough to be a live touring musician, if you're not aware of that, particularly when they come down to this peninsula in Florida. Sometimes it's even harder for them. So the tickets cover live music, and your membership helps cover everything else. And then there's that wonderful thing called state and federal grants, which with some of the, I'll say it, fascist takeover, we have less of. So just consider being a member here. It's a great group, and our mission is clear. We're mission driven, and our mission is to uplift the voices of the community and uphold democratic ideals while doing so. So I'll get off my soapbox and give it over to the Dunning-Kruger effect.
Thank you very much.
When he rocks your brains out, don't go anywhere.
Wow.
And you guys know you can still go to the bar. You don't have to be so respectful. You can get drinks at the bar.
I am the Dunning-Kruger effect, and might be a bit loud, but this is a message from the law offices of Strummer Jones. It's called "I'm So Bored with the USA." Yankee soldier, I wanna shoot some skag. Made it in Cambodia, but now we can't afford a bag. Yankee dollar talk to the dictators of the world. In fact, it's giving orders and they can't afford to miss a word. I'm so bored with the USA. I'm so bored with the USA. What can I do? Yankee detectives always on the TV. Killers in America that work 7 days a week. Never mind the stars and stripes, play the Watergate tapes. I salute the new wave and I hope nobody escapes. I'm so bored with the USA. I'm so bored with the USA. What can I do? I'm so bored with the USA. I'm so bored with the USA. What can I do? I'm so bored with the USA. I'm so bored with the USA. I'm so bored with the USA. What can I do? Move up, Starsky, for the CIA. Suck on, Kojak, for the USA. All right. So from political diatribe to how about a broken-hearted love song? This is called "Nothing Left" by Pete Shelley. I'm on my own now. Left me. I bet you don't know how you've upset me. Nothing left at all. At all, at all, at all, at all, at all, at all, at all. I've nothing left at all. Did you love me? I'd like to think so, but I was blameless. So why did you go? 'Cause I've nothing left at all. At all, 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 I've nothing left at all. Lost a lover, and I don't get so. I'll get another. So why am I hurting? Nothing left at all. At all, 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 I've nothing left at all. I've nothing left out. Thank you.
If not sooner. We're not going away, by the way, for the summer. There'll be activities here throughout the summer. We'll slow it down a bit, but we have shows. You can see the little triangles on your desk, on your table. Kids, wake up. You're at your desk, and your teacher's talking. You better listen. Woo! Public schools. So those are our May dates for shows in May, and we'll have another one for June that'll be a little roomier. And then we'll have parties and other stuff going on throughout the summer. We've got Clark. Clark, you've got some a cappella tunes, music for us. Welcome, Clark.
So it's kind of interesting. This is the last show. This is the first time I've done open mic. This is my first year back into Music Get Closer. This is my first year back into doing music after about a 25 to 30 year hiatus of life. It was a choice. It was worth it. But now coming back, and this is thrilling, terrifying, thrilling, right? Drank 12 glasses of water. I'm so glad that I got up here now as opposed to later. Right. Anyway, two songs. The first one, recently I was over to Ireland, and I was looking for songs to maybe do over there. Well, I never did that, but it gave me some really perspective. The history with Ireland is huge. There are a lot of things that happen, and the shared history between the two countries. So this song is called Isle of Hope and Isle of Tears, and it talks about a young girl who came over to the United States when she was 15 years old. Her parents went early, and they were getting things set up, and so she came over with an uncle, and the uncle was standing in front of her and was the first one in line, and he said, you know what, I'm standing aside, and let these guys go first. So the three kids, the 15-year-old and a couple of other, and her two brothers, were the first ones that actually signed on Ellis Island. And she's the only one that's famous. Everybody else you don't know. But she ended up, so that's what this story is about. After we're done, I'll tell you what happened to her as far as her life goes. The piano's on, right? I just need to hit it now. Sorry, I should have told you that. Will it solve my quiver? I just need to get it that sharp. On the 1st of January, 1892, they opened Ellis Island and they let the people through. The first to cross the threshold of the Isle of Hope and Tears was Annie Moore from Ireland, who was all of 15 years. Isle of Hope, Isle of Tears, Isle of Freedom, Isle of Fears. But it's not the isle I left behind. That isle of hunger, isle of pain, isle you'll never see again. But the isle of home is always on your mind. In her literal bag she carried all her past and history, and dreams of a future in the land of liberty. And courage is the passport when your world is disappear, 'cause there's no future in the past when you're 15 years. Isle of hope, Isle of fears, Isle of freedom, Isle of fears. But it's not the isle I left behind. That isle of hunger, isle of pain, isle you'll never see again. But the isle of home is always on your mind. when they closed down Ellis Island in 1943. 17 million people had come there for sanctuary. And, sorry. And springtime when I came here, I stepped upon the pier. I thought of how it must have been when you're only 15 years. Isle of hope, Isle of tears, Isle of freedom, Isle of fears. But it's not the isle I left behind. That isle of hunger, isle of pain, isle you'll never see again. But the isle of home is always on your mind. Yes, Isle of hope, Isle of tears, Isle of freedom, Isle of fears. But it's not the isle I left behind. That isle of hunger, isle of pain, isle you'll never see again. But the isle of home is always on your mind. So after she got off, 15 years old, her parents were there. They took her in, and she grew up. She ended up having 11 children. She lived around that area. Had a life, started a dynasty here in the United States. Unfortunately, at the age of 47 or so, she was in an accident, and it killed her. But at that time, living to 47 was pretty good, 47.50. The other song that I'm going to do is another one. I love gospel music, right? I love to sing it. I love the passion. I love the emotion with it. I'm going to experiment. I'm going to try to do it without the microphone. We'll see. I'm not. The acoustics sound good in here, but we'll see what happens. If it's not working, we'll do something different. Hopefully, this is still on. Chapter 1, when the Lord God's word first begun. Stop and let me tell you about chapter 2, when the Lord God pushed his Bible through. Stop and let me tell you about chapter 3, when our good Lord died on Calvary. Oh, my God is a rock in a weary land, in a weary land. Oh, my God is a rock in a weary land. He sheltered in the time of storm. Stop and let me tell you about chapter 4, when the Lord God went and fed the poor. Stop and let me tell you about chapter 5, when the Lord God brought the dead alive. Stop and let me tell you about chapter 6. He went to Jerusalem to heal the sick. Oh, my God is a rock in a weary land, in a weary land. Oh, my God is a rock in a weary land. He is sheltered in the time of storm. Stop and let me tell you about chapter 7. Our Lord God died and went to heaven. Stop and let me tell you about chapter 8. Our Lord God stood at the pearly gate. Stop and let me tell you about chapter 9. Our Lord God turned the water to wine. Stop and let me tell you about chapter 10. Our Lord God came in the world again. Oh, my God is a rock in a weary land, in a weary land. Oh, my God is a rock in a weary land. He's sheltered in a time of storm. He's sheltered in a time of storm. Thank you. Thank you. Now I'm going to get a beer.
were forced to clap along. All right, we've got, did I say who was on deck? Maybe I didn't. So, hey, Bill, we've got 2 Bills out there. I've got Bill and Bill F, and Bill came first without the F. Bill, you want to come on up? I didn't give you much of a heads up. And after Bill, let's do Lotus Rising. And people are still coming in the door. Welcome.
No, not me. I'm saying.
Okay. Okay. First time here as a player. I've come here for some concerts. I never knew this place was here, and I used to live in Sarasota, so that was a surprise. I played at the Van Weasel and played not guitar. I played in Sarasota Symphony, and so I've played around here, but not here. So it's kind of interesting to be on this stage. And I've played over Elixir. Tea House has an open mic, and there's some other ones around, but I'm now down in Venice, so I don't get up here that much. But I'm happy to be here. So this is a song I wrote a few years ago. I have a CD called I Saw You, and it is on Spotify. You can download it on Apple, and I have CDs here if anybody thinks they get curious enough to want one. I have some here, so let me know. And my tonight's special is $10. They're usually 15, so that's the Fogartyville bump. I saw you, and a fire danced in my soul. A voice spoke low as thunder rolling past, telling me I could no longer be alone. Without you, the dreams I had were fading fast. That's gotta be the oldest cliche, used in every romance movie too. When lightning strikes two total strangers, I never believed it till it struck me when I saw you. And a moment felt like an hour. My vision became the only sense I knew. Seeing you numbing and humbling power, a Hollywood gesture coming true. That's gotta be the oldest cliche, used in every romance movie too. When lightning strikes two total strangers, I never believed it till it struck me when I saw you. Some people stick together for a lifetime. Couldn't be more joined than clamps and glue. Sometimes it's sudden in a moment, like superglue. That could be me and you. I saw you in the winter beside a fire, in the summer collecting rocks along the shore. Me and you at the end of a quiet day. What used to be fiction now coming true. The sun never shines so bright to dance with the moon at night and tell all the stars to fill my world with light. Before I saw you, I saw you. Thank you. So one story I'll share with you from the symphony. I'm an oboe player professionally. So I was playing a Prokofiev piece, and it was my first concert with the symphony, and playing with a mixture of people that maybe necessarily wouldn't be playing those parts. It's hard to explain, but we were given this piece. You're going to play this. I'd never heard it before. I had to look it up and figure it out, and it was. I think the guy gave it to me because the first oboe player at the time, which I wasn't, didn't want to have to do it because it was a very hard part. So he handed it to me like, yeah, well, he was going to do this, and so I had to play this thing. So there's a clarinet player at the time, and I didn't know him very well. I didn't know anybody very well, and I was talking to him. Somebody said to him, "Hey, can you introduce this piece before we start?" And he goes, "Oh yeah." And I'm thinking, wow, he knows something about this piece. Like, that's kind of weird. So I thought he was going to say something typical like, "Oh, it's in the key of whatever, and it's written by so and so in this year." And he gets up and gives like a mini dissertation on that. This is actually based on a Mozart piece of. And I'm thinking, are you kidding? Off the cuff, this guy knew the history of this Prokofiev weird quintet, like to the, I couldn't believe it. So I went to him backstage and I said, "I can't believe that you could do that off the cuff. How do you know all that stuff about the piece?" And he goes, "Oh, music history is just a hobby of mine." And I said to him, "I hated music history. I passed it with like a D+ the second time around." And I said, the only thing I can do, and I hadn't done it much at the time, I said, "The only thing I can do is write songs." And he goes, "You write songs? Why do you play the oboe?" He's a smart guy. So this song I wrote, I wrote it this winter. I have to remember, I'm tired. I had a bad night of sleep last night, and one song I went to warm up today, I started playing it, and I've written it years ago, and I couldn't remember it. Like I played the first verse and then forgot it, and then played it again, and I sat there for 15 minutes to try to get the song back in my head. This one's new, so hopefully I remember it. I think I will. It's about a town in California called Santa Maria. It's a real town, real place, fake song. They'll sell you more wine than you can drink in Santa Maria. Their barbecue is just as good as their wine. A nice little fixer-upper might cost $500,000. You got another $1 million tucked away, you'll be just fine. Santa Maria, grapevines everywhere. Santa Maria, like cornrows in her hair. I'm happy just to be here. It's great when you're laying low, just a really quiet gringo. No one really knows. They take you at your word. It's Santa Maria. The farmhands never ask about your past. No apple Espanol could be a lifesaver. But if someone in the field speaks English, you better think fast. Santa Maria, grapevines everywhere. Santa Maria, like cornrows in her hair. I'm happy just to be here. It's great when you're laying low, just a really quiet gringo. No one really knows. You got a little trouble lurking in your past, a little financial indiscretion. That shit can't last. It can really last. I've got a little something put aside in Santa Maria, and a sweet senorita with a history of her own. If the sun ever gets too warm, we'll wait until the heat's off. And when they finally stop looking, we'll reap what we have sown. Santa Maria, grapevines everywhere. Santa Maria, like cornrows in her hair. I'm happy just to be here. It's great when you're laying low, just a really quiet gringo. He doesn't know the lingo. He's quiet playing bingo, 'cause no one really knows. No one really knows. And you know what they say? No, what you don't know can't hurt you. Thank you very much.
Bill, can we find you with more than just Bill? We've had our Bill T. Anderson. We got more out of it. Bill T. Anderson. All right. Bill T. You need the music stand. Where'd that music stand go? We'll get it. Joe's on it. Lotus Rising is going to share some spoken word with us. Welcome to the Sandbox. Troy and Mike, you're on deck. And I think it's Troy and then Mike, right? And together and then separate, and you'll work it out. And what's your drummer's name? And Danny. Troy, Mike, and Danny on deck.
think I need my glasses. Mummy, Mummy, wake up! I thought my mother was dead. Actually dead. I don't remember how old I was exactly. Maybe 4, somewhere around there. The point is, I was really, really young. My brother would have just been 10.5 months older than me, and he was there too. I doubt he remembers it because he has rearranged the past. He's good at doing that. Mummy, Mummy, wake up, wake up! I'm shaking her hard, my tiny hands pushing against her shoulder, trying to bring her back to life. Mummy, please, Mummy! I'm crying, screaming. My brother and I didn't know what to do. She's dead. Our mother is dead. This goes on for quite some time. I don't remember exactly how long, but for a child, it was an eternity. This death has a name. Its name is depression. My mother finally resurrected herself, but by then the damage had been done. 2 terrified children thought their mother had died. Years later, I too would lie dead on the sofa, on the floor, and in bed. Depression loves a generational dance. It winds its way down until it's made its way down through its children's children. Mummy, wake up! Thank you. I'm needy. I need my attention all the time. I don't like being left out of my own conversations. I'm greedy. I want all of my love. I'm like a child begging its mummy for its precious time. I want to be number one. I'm self-love to the extreme. Loving myself when nobody else could. Sitting with feelings that were just too big for the common good. I'm my number one fan when no one else would step up and cheer for me. But that's all right, because I'm the hero in my own book. And you should look at yourself in the mirror and be proud of every damn page you've written, because there's no one who's going to come and rescue you other than that beautiful person that's staring back, looking directly at you. Thank you.
Lotus Rising. Thank you. We've got the band up now. And who's on deck? We've got Troy and Mike and the drummer. That's my short-term memory. On deck, we've got Sandy, guitar and drums on deck, and then Bill F. after that. While the band gets ready, you guys are welcome to mingle around. Don't go anywhere. We have a good handful of performers still left. I want to thank Bubba's floral shirt for showing up. Very fitting for the song. You made me think of a friend of mine who spent time in Africa, and she said that she was working with poverty-stricken folks in Africa, and the bougainvillea was in her face all the time, screaming at her. She would say, "Bougainvillea, stop being so bright." Yeah. Bougainvillea. That's okay. So on that note, Bubba, when's the next Bards by the Bay? You want to tell us about it?
There is a community sharing community, a poetry sharing community that happens in Bayfront Park, the south side of the park, the Ringling entrance. It's the last Thursday of every month from 6 to 7:30. And it's a little bit more than just sharing poetry. There's a lot of life talk. So often you get to hear from the poet about their poem. Please come. We won't be meeting again until sometime late May. Thank you. Late May, correct.
Of course. I also want to mention this Friday, May 2nd, we have a cool show and we have tickets available still, which many of our shows sell out if you don't realize that. Right now things are slowing down, so there is still time to get tickets for this Friday's Cousin Curtis featuring Harrison B. And that looks like a cool show. It's blues at bluegrass speeds, rock Americana with a soulful drip, incendiary harmonica, energized solos driven by a thunderous kick drum. And that is Friday, May 2nd, an 8 p.m. show, Cousin Curtis featuring Harrison B. And I believe these guys are a Nashville duo. And then Sunday, we also have Noah Guthrie, and he's known for heartfelt songwriting, impacting the music scene with a blend of country, Americana, and rock influences. And that a Sunday show is at 7 o'clock. So Cousin Curtis, Friday, Noah Guthrie, Sunday, and Leslie Mendelson. I think we may have some tickets still for Leslie Mendelson on Saturday. So shows every night, all weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just go to WSLR.org. Become a member. You can even become a member here with me if you like. We have member cards. And what does it mean to be a member here? It means you get member price tickets. It means you get members-only events. If you're an evergreen or sustaining member at $5 a month or more, you get $1 off on beer and wine at the bar, and you can get special evergreen events, and you get notice to shows that are going to sell out prior to them selling out if you're an evergreen member. And members get other perks. Depending on your membership level, we have member cards up here, and those enable you to get a free show, plus member price tickets, and be part of the team. Is anyone here a volunteer or a programmer? Oh, both. I see Ishmael Katz from Eclectricity in the house. Woo! Anyone else? I think I might see Ted's head in the back. Raise your hand, Ted's head. Raise your head. Ted's head is over there. So we've got programmers, all volunteer radio programmers in the house tonight. That's who powers our station. And volunteers, if you're an active volunteer, we're having a party for you Thursday night. May 1st, 6 o'clock. All right, you guys getting ready? Feeling ready? All right. Moving on. Tell us, how'd you find us?
Us? Troy.
Yep, I came here, I actually just found you guys online. I was looking at some open mics.
Good job.
This is my 3rd time here, and so I figured let me bring my buddy Mike. This is my buddy Danny.
Howdy.
And now we've got a 3-piece band. We're missing a bass. We need a bass player.
We're almost there. Any bass players?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, how's everybody doing tonight? We're gonna play a song for you right here. This is an original of mine. It is called Call on the Ones You Love. What's that smile wrapped around your face for? When's the last time you've been outside? Why's that kid still laughing, mama? His balloon's lost in the sky. How come you're still singing, darling? There's mud on your brand new dress. I try to take it in as much as I can, cause I know that it's just a myth. goes by and you can't stop it. Life ends quick with no surprise. A couple wrong turns might eat your wallet, but a couple right ones could change your life. I ask myself why he comes knocking at my door with no advice, but an open hand to hold on to life. If your food starts tasting bland and life doesn't strike the chord, just call on the ones you love. You know it's unconditional. It's really easy, but to some it sounds so tall to call on the ones you love. Cancer spreads like wildfire, roses bloom with much regret. People waiting for saving grace that I don't ever think they'll get. You need a silver spoon and an off-road tire, the sword king off the pole to retire, to have yourself a peace of mind in a world so cold yet so sublime. If you're not seeing signs, then you're not thinking straight, not thinking straight. Pretend that you don't carry weight, for heaven's sakes. If your food starts tasting bland and life doesn't strike the chord, just call on the ones you love. You know it's unconditional. It's really easy, but to some it sounds so tall to call on the ones you love. That one right there was called Call on the Ones You Love. And now this next song right here, everybody, it's funny because this was a topic of the night, was greed. We were just talking about greed. This one actually is called Greedy, Greedy. I done cry myself asleep sometimes. Dark images roam my mind. I feel a little better spitting rhymes, but out in public I feel scrutinized. Always searching for a little more better. I hope what's better ain't a chase that lasts forever. I pray to God that there's something more. Then I realize what I'm asking for. Greedy, greedy, I just want my life better. Greedy, greedy, got me sinning in December. Greedy, greedy, got a hold of me. Greedy, greedy, took my family. Greedy, greedy, got me fucking for pleasure. Greedy, greedy, makes it hard for me to measure. Greedy, greedy, took my memories. And I don't recognize the man I see. No, no, whoa, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I'm down and out. I went rogue. I'm on a challenge route. It's filled with trauma and no hope. What you thinking about when you staring at the floor? Do you realize time is something that you really can't control? How come all we ever want is more? How come she ain't happy with the new Dior? It's just another gold digging fucking connoisseur, and you gon' let your ego bring your ass to the floor. The only way up out of it is showing some love, but that don't ever happen. We're too quick to get the gun. True colors really show when you argue over funds. And karma gon' be the death of you. Greedy, greedy, I just want my life better. Greedy, greedy, got me sinning in December. Greedy, greedy, got a hold of me. Greedy, greedy, took my family. Greedy, greedy, got me fucking for pleasure. Greedy, greedy, makes it hard for me to measure. Greedy, greedy, took my memories, yeah. I don't recognize the man I see, no. Don't get so greedy on me. You might just hurt yourself. You let your sweetness turn us sour. I know too damn well. You got so greedy on me. I send you my best to hell. Just take those sticky situations and go somewhere else. That one right there was called Greedy Greedy. And now my buddy Mike, he's gonna take over.
So we're starting with a original song. This is called Back to You. Don't really have much information on it. It's more so kind of about, I don't know, relationships and the things that you give and take throughout them, I guess. I don't know. That sounds good. All right. So I'll start this off. Wish I had a little more to say. That I wasn't so far away. And you know I wish I could give it all back to you. And you know I wish I could. And I know you wish it too. Give it all back to you. 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 You found everything, everything you said you dreamed, but I hope you ain't confused. going to end it with a cover. This one is called Plateau by the Meat Puppets. Many a hand has scaled the grand old face of the plateau. Some belong to strangers and some to folks you know. Holy Ghost and talk show host are planted in the sand to beautify the foothills and shake the many hands. There's nothing on the top but a bucket and a mop and an illustrated book about birds. You see a lot up there, but you don't be scared. Who needs action when you got words? When you're finished with the mop, then you can stop and look at what you've done. The plateau's clean, no dirt to be seen, and the work it took was fun. There's nothing on the top but a bucket and a mop and an illustrated book about birds. You see a lot up there, but you don't be scared. Who needs action when you got birds? Many hands began to scan around for the next plateau. Some said it was Greenland and some said Mexico. Others decided it was nowhere except for where they stood. But those were all just guesses, wouldn't help you if they could. Thank you.
Thank you guys very much. And if anyone is interested, every Saturday night you can catch us at the Siesta Key Pier from 7 to 8. 7 to 8 you can catch us all
Jamming out.
Cover songs. We got all originals. So yeah, we have a fun time at the Siesta Key Pier Saturday night. Thank you.
Thanks again, everybody. Thank you for setting it up.
Maybe you'll be coming on our local show. We're going to try to do some showcases of local bands. So make sure you do not walk out the door without leaving us your contact info, okay?
Sounds good. For now, we're the band with no name.
Band with no name.
Band with no name, band with no band.
Do you have a horse? Where's the Siesta Key Pier?
It's right. I mean, you can take both bridges, North or South Bridge, but it's on Siesta Key. It's like I don't know what they call it though. You really can just look up Siesta Key Pier. You never been to the pier?
I don't know which pier you're talking about.
It pops up. It shows up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it'll pop up there.
All right. Sandy Greco's coming on up. And then we've got Bill F. on deck. And then, are we coming to a close after that with Splice? Whoop, whoop. I mean, Did I say splice or spice? Splice. Special. Short and sweet Sandbox for your listening pleasure. Oh, and did I mention you can pop on YouTube, go to Fogartyville Community Media and Arts Center. That's what we call ourselves. And you'll see your performance streaming on YouTube. Thanks to Matt, who's behind the scenes in that little box over there. Thanks, Matt. This whole place runs on all the behind the scenes people. Welcome, Sandy, to the stage. Bill's on deck. Splice is closing out the night. Well, actually, we might coax Joe on the stage, right, Joe? Come on, brother. In the house. In the house. In the house. The behind the scenes people are in the house. Do I have a Dawn Sweeney and a Brian in the house? Oh, got it. Is Dawn here? Hey, Dawn, so why don't you come up? Don't. Are you coming up? Oh, I don't know.
Well,
I got people signing up so that I didn't know about. Nice shirt. So, you're Brian. Okay, cool. So, Brian, you will come after Bill F, and then Splice will finish up the night, like we planned. Sorry, we did little sign-ups on this, so we'll get you. We got another, Brian, are you doing spoken word or guitar, or what's going on? All right. The poets are in the house tonight. Splice, we're fitting Brian in right before you, just FYI. So, Sandy, Bill F, Brian, Splice, and maybe we can coax our sound man Joe onto the stage to close us out. Come on.
aren't songwriters just poets with melody and rhythmic prowess? As long as they're not pretentious and trite. Some of you might need to look those words up. So anyways, my name is Sandy Greco. Sandy Greco from right here in Sarasota, Florida. This song, well, actually, you know what? I want to talk about myself. Anyways, I am a singer, songwriter, drummer, recording artist, producer. I play the bass, the drums, the guitar, lead guitar, acoustic guitar, ukulele, piano. I sing. I write my own songs. I arrange my own songs. I produce my own songs. I play all the instruments on my own songs, and then I record all those instruments, and then I edit them. I mix them. I master them. I produce them, and then I sell my music on my own. Does anyone else in this room do all of that? Really? Who? You? What's your name? Joe. Oh, wow. I've heard of you. I've heard of you. Where do you sell your music? Wow. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let's hear it for Joe. See, if you're not really sure what you're watching, even the the average amateur is going to be perceived as a consummate professional. So anyways, you know what? About 8 years ago, no, 10 years ago, my brother, I like to call him sibling number 2, the jock strap. That's what I like to call him, sibling number 2. He told me about 10 years ago that I needed to stop playing music and I should get a real job. Because, you know, yeah, because apparently he should be able to tell anybody what to do with their life. So what I did, what did I do? I wrote a song. Of course I wrote a song. And this song is called Never Too Late. Now, one thing I want to make clear is that when I wrote this song, I usually write love songs. I usually write fun love songs. And what I decided to do is I'm like, you know what, this is going to be a rock song. So what I'm going to do right now is I want you guys to hear, I want you guys to know exactly what this song sounds like in its entirety. And so I'm going to play a little drums for you first. And what I'm going to need you to do is I'm going to need you to use your imagination, because when I come back and play the guitar, what you're going to need to understand is those drums that you just are going to have listened to go on the entire time. I'm not angry. Never too late. So anyways, I just want to tell you, the main reason why I wrote this song is because I wanted sibling number 2, the jockstrap, to understand that even he can change his mind, his attitude, and it's never too late. But it is important I tune, because tuning is good for me and you. May I please have more guitar and more vocals? It seems like I've waited my whole life for you to turn this thing around. But you sit there in your loud silence, burning bridges that lead to common ground. You can't feign indifference. The lies you told on me convolute the truth. You size me up, you cut me down, you hold me underfoot, keep it to the ground, but you never get close. So I say, oh, 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 ooh, oh, oh. Ain't got no time for you. Oh, 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 ooh, oh, oh. It's never too late to start something new. rather tell the truth. I'd rather sit alone here on this island, sitting in the shadows right there next to you. Oh, 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 ooh, oh, oh. Ain't got no time for you. Oh, 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 ooh, oh, oh, oh. It's never too late to start something new. It's never too late to start something new. Anyways, thank you for that. I think it's the monitors are just a little too hot now. I'm getting a little feedback up here. So anyways, I just graduated from St. Petersburg High School. I was on the president's list 5 times in a row, actually, for 4.0 GPA. And I graduated with a music production degree. Yeah. So, which is very exciting. But you know, it seems glamorous, but it wasn't. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of writing. It was a lot of arithmetic. And it was a lot of sleepless nights and nervous breakdowns. So, but I did get that degree. And actually, a couple of years ago, I was running sound here, but I don't know what happened. Dave, Arlene, do we know what happened? Anyways, you know what? I just want to let you know, does anybody in this room remember Fogartyville when they used to be in a different town? Who? Aha, hey, but he's a programmer, so he doesn't count. Does anybody that's in this room right now remember that Fogarty used to be somewhere else? Exactly. You guys need to really learn your history and stop just learning what people tell you is the truth, honestly. So anyways, Fogartyville actually used to have its original roots back in Bradenton. They had a whole different place, and it was long before WSLR was ever even on the air. And you know what? In 2005, my music school was a guest at Fogartyville. We're going back 20 years, 2005. Does anybody remember Saisha Mercado, American Idol? Yeah, she was one of my students. She was one of my students at my studio, the drum studio in Sarasota, Florida, long before School of Rock. Long before any of those other companies, which I dare not speak their name. So I was running those schools in this town, teaching all of those instruments, and was and still is an amazing part of this society. So, would you guys like to hear one more song?
You can do one quick one.
Excellent. I have one quick one for you. This one I wrote. This one's called City by the Bay. And I wrote this song for Sarasota, Florida. And I wrote this song in 2017. So I do have to say there's a shout out in here when I say Mambo and Bembe. Those are my dogs, just so you know. Drive these streets like mine. It's only a matter of time till I watch the sky set fire to the blue. And sometimes I'm in my car changing tunes. I'm living my days away in the city by the bay. I'm living my days away in the city by the bay, by the bay. walk these sacred grounds every day. Barefoot head in the clouds with mambo and bembe, and I hear birds of paradise singing through the breeze. Sometime in the like Hemingway in the South Bahama seas. I'm living my days away in this city by the bay. I'm living my days away in the city by the bay, by the bay. All right, thank you very much.
Brian's up next, and then Splice. Welcome, Brian, to the Sandbox Fogartyville stage. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say? Yeah, sorry, I messed up. I got all thrown up. We've got, no, we'd love another guitar player coming on up. So Bill F. Sorry, Bill. Brian and I just kind of did a little do-si-do there.
Okay. So sorry about that, Brian.
No, it's okay. Welcome, Bill F. to the Fogartyville stage. Woo-hoo!
Thank you.
Bring it.
Thank you.
Love having you.
Can you hear that okay? Could I have a little more in the wedge, if you could? Yeah, so my name is Bill Fry, and very happy to be here. Been to a bunch of concerts here, and first time playing on the stage. Hopefully it's not the last. So I'm going to do this is a song actually the first song, not the first song I wrote, but the first song I kept. And it's changed names over the years and went by this name and that name. So I don't even really know what it's called, but hope you like it. Thank you. Excuse me here. New tuner, it's like, which side is what? Attempting to go into drop D tuning. For those of you playing along at home. Okay, it's good enough for like a blues song. So this is a Ferry Lewis song. It's a guy from Memphis that lived into the 1970s, and I like the lyrics, but I couldn't figure it out, so I put my own music to it. I woke up this morning, I looked up on the wall. I woke up this morning, I looked up on the wall. The roaches and bed bugs, they're having a game of ball. The score was 3-0. The roaches was ahead. The score was 3-0, people. I'm telling you, the roaches were ahead. The clean-up bed bug hit a grand slam and nearly knocked me out of bed. Woke up this morning, I looked down on the floor. I woke up this morning, I looked down on the floor. The roaches and bed bugs, they had a line going right out the door. These roaches, they're so evil, they're so obnoxious, they're unhygienic, and they're truly undesirable. They pulled a pillow out from under my head, and they stole my money, and they threatened to shoot me dead. I said, please, Mr. Bedbug, please, I'm asking you nice. Please, Mr. Bedbug. Now I'm asking you twice. You took all my money. Please don't take my life. I woke up this morning. I looked up on the wall. I woke up this morning. I looked up on the wall. You know the roaches are bed bugs? We're having a game of ball. Well, thank you.
Woo! All right, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
And your last name again, Bill?
Hi.
Bill Fry.
Yes.
Thanks, Bill. We'll see you next season when the Sandbox starts up again in the fall, when the chilly winds start to blow. Not here. Brian, welcome. Come play with us in the Sandbox. Brian!
All right, folks. So I thought I'd start out with some political ones. This first one is one I wrote a while ago. It's called The Manifesto Agenda. Corporate greed. Wait. Oh my God. Okay. Sorry. I just had a total moment there, the spotlight and everything. Okay. Corporate greed tells us to labor away and earn our keep. No time for play or barely to sleep. The upper echelon of society must have their blood. They dance and make toasts while we work in the mud. They dangle a dream of moving up to their ranks, as if you'll make billions or own a few banks. They bow and they pray to their market of stock. A diamond is nothing, nothing but a rock. A yacht, a ship, an object to gloat. They think that it's fancy, but I just see a boat. The hoarding of resources is a cardinal sin. We must band together and not let them win. Must abolish the wage system, workers unite, for this is a war, and we all must fight. When everything's gone and there's nothing to eat, we'll look at the rich like a serving of meat. Opium of the masses, a war between classes, wages drop alongside inflation. Greed is fucking destroying this beautiful nation. We can make a new world. It's still not too late. So listen up, partner. Make your own fate. Okay, so, thank you. These are kind of newer ones, so I don't have them quite memorized, but this one is called The Poorest Man in the World. He believes empathy is a scourge, wishes we could implement the purge. Too many kids to remember their names, human beings, just pawns in one of his games. He bought your freedom from an orange idiot. Humanitarianism, he wants to get rid of it. His heart goes out with a Nazi salute. All of his fanboys just lick his boot. A foreign Nepo baby with top secret clearance. Time to test democracy's perseverance. Not even an American, no respect for our culture. Born from apartheid, a South African vulture. A 4chan-loving billionaire with a president on a string. Luigi Mangione might have done the right thing. This has happened before. We will stand in defeat. The American people won't take this deceit. A tone-deaf narcissist who never had a plan, whom the word love has no meaning, the world's poorest man. Whoa. Thank you. So, this one's called Deported. I'm living in a time I'd hoped I'd never see. It's 2025, more like 1933. The Nazis never mentioned concentration camps. They just said they were being deported. Trump supporters go silent as the news is all reported. Innocent fathers and protesters hauled off to secret prisons. Racist politicians cheer as their dream comes to fruition. A gang born of our country's thirst for drugs. We manufacture their country's poverty and label them all thugs. The wrong ideology, tattoo, or skin color, and you're treated like El Chapo. Immigrations and customs enforcement, the American Gestapo. A dictator on day one? Is this really what they planned? If we want to keep our freedoms, all Americans must stand. Next comes the disabled and the LGBT community. Next comes any dissident, no illusion of immunity. If we stand together, this country we can mend and keep a promise that we made to the world that it'll never happen again. Thank you. Like one more?
You have time, yeah.
Okay.
Give us a voice. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of like switch lanes a little and do like one that's not quite so political, get a little more existential. I was thinking this would be the good one. So this poem is called "The Toast in the River." The hungry breakfast eater is tired as he stumbles into the kitchen. It was a late night, and the eater of breakfast only turns on a few dim lights. The new loaf of bread awaits on the counter. The twist tie is brick red. That means its creation was complete on Thursday. Opening the twist tie is the best part of sliced bread, thought the breakfast eater. The first 2 slices are pulled out and inserted into the temple of toast. The sacred coil begins to turn red and emits warmth onto the bread. In one slot was the butt of the bread. The second, your average slice. The butt starts to burn while inside the temple and is ejected into the air. It's all burned and covered in carbon. The other slice is golden brown and beautiful. As the breakfast eater hears the sound, he takes in the smell of burnt bread. He looks at the burnt piece and says, "Damn it." He pulls out the golden brown slice and spreads butter on one side. The butt is cast to the side. What did I do wrong, thought the burnt butt of the bread. Why was I burned? Why was I being cast aside? The golden brown slice was exalted as it was carried off on the great plate to the mysterious dining room. The burned piece sat for hours in the kitchen, pondering its fate in purgatory, until suddenly the great light shined down on it. The breakfast eater had returned. "Did you think I forgot about you?" said the breakfast eater. He picked up the burned toast and began to carry it through the dining room. There, on the table, the great plate lay. The golden brown toast, half masticated, was left there upon it, all its glory transformed into cold, stale waste. The door was opened, and the castaway burned butt taken far from the temple down a trail to a creaky bridge near the house. The breakfast eater had plans to break apart the burned piece and feed it to the local wildlife, and was about ready to do so when a falcon landed on the railing. Shocked, the breakfast eater dropped the burned piece whole into the river. The water felt cool and soothed the burns left from the morning. No turtles or ducks had gathered yet, and the slice began to drift down the river. Soon, the water began to permeate the burned one. Inside the core of the burned slice was still bread. After a few minutes flowing down the river, it was soft again. The ripples of the river were flowing through it like shock waves in an earthquake. The movement of the river and the burned toast had become one. As the slice drifted further down the river, face up, it had a view of the clouds, the sun, and the sky. What had I done to deserve such beauty and oneness, thought the toast. Fish began to nibble a little bit here and there. The toast felt no pain, for the fish moved with the current of the river. High up in the sky, a flock of birds flew down and snipped bits here and there. Parts of the toast went up into the sky as others went down into the river. Later on, The pieces eaten by the birds would be digested and fall onto a crop of wheat, fertilizing the crop to be made into more bread. Far down the river, there wasn't much left of the toast. The bread broke up into small particles and sunk down into the silt at the bottom of the river, where the toast that had been digested by the fish fertilized the underwater plants. Integrated into everything. The toast, ever-ending, forever reborn. The universe exalted in it.
Boom, mic drop.
Thank you so much. Amazing, everybody, too.
Thank you so much, Brian. You never know what you're going to get here. Isn't that cool? When I woke up, I did not know I was going to take that journey as a piece of toast. And I'm really glad I got to. Thank you. Splice, you're going to finish off the evening for us, right? With some beats and some words. And we now know the power of words tonight, don't we? I am a piece of toast.
When I'm far away in another place, all that I dream of just is your pillow, waiting for your love. You've been all the way in another place.
Beautiful. Hello, everybody. Oh, I'm so happy to be back. This is my my second time here. Yeah, I'm so happy to be back. And it's so sweet that I get to close this out too. So both of these songs are unreleased. I think I'm just gonna get into it. So here we go. This first one is called Visions. Make sure my volume's up. Okay. Okay, let me try this again. It sounded a little weird. Am I good to try it again? Okay. I'm up all the way. Should I be up all the way? What was that? 80? Okay. I'm gonna say that's 80. Is that better? But it kind of seems like it's not. No. The old, you know. Ash. Wow, so much great talent tonight. Let's see. Oh, that sounds better. That sounds better already. All right, like fifth time is the charm, right? Okay. All right. Yep. I just popped off, did a drop off. Never seen it coming like I took the top off. Never fall off, holding my breath until my death. I'm immortal, I'll come back and do it again and do it again. Swimming in the deep end. Revving the engine, letting it spin, rubbing it in, smoking mirrors. My vision's becoming clearer and clearer. Objects closer than they appear, bringing you near. I'm fucking stressing, trying to come up on a blessing. Come and check this, mark it off your checklist. Been that bitch, getting slicker and slicker. Slimy when I'm riding with ya. Casting spells, never taking a nail. Taking it all in, I never fail. Let me break it down, show you how it is now. Sick and tired of being sick and tired, tapping into the wires, bringing it to another level. Baby, I'm feeling inspired. Counting money, running up them digits, I just did it. Never finished, always stay winning, you don't fucking get it. How I get it, my spirit is different. I be having visions like I'm on a mission to get millions. I just popped off, did a drop off. Never seen it coming like I took the top off. Never fall off. Revving the engine, letting it spin, rubbing it in, smoky mirrors. My vision's becoming clearer and clearer. Objects closer than they appear, bringing you near. Gotta get it off my chest, I'm really blessed, but I struggle with the rest. I get these floods of emotion like I drank a potion. It really gets me fucking going. Once I start, I can't stop until I see the top. I don't think it's healthy the way I wanna get wealthy. I put my trust in God, but I can't risk it. I don't know where I'll be if I never did it. Never did it, never finished. Revving the engine, letting it spin, rubbing it in, smoky mirrors. My vision's becoming clearer and clearer. Objects closer than they appear, bringing you near. That was like my greedy song for the night. I love how like greed was kind of like the theme. I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. So I'm just gonna hop right into the next song. I actually, this one is completely different. It's called Stillness. I made the beat and the song literally like last week. So I'm very excited to share this with everyone for the first time and test the waters. So. The stillness